Good.
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 All right. Hopefully you are all doing well, especially in this weather and especially in the condition whereby we are hit with the flash flood. Okay. Hopefully, those of you who are affected, okay, please take care of yourselves. Okay. Maybe some of you are already here in Pahit Raja and looking at the weather right now. Okay, it's a bit cloudy. Okay, so yeah, expect rain. I'm expecting rain in a while. Okay, so yeah, for today, okay, all right, what we're going to do is that I'm going to cover two subtopics from the last topic, okay, which is workplace communication. Okay, the other day we have already discussed about emails, okay, and today we're going to continue, not really continue, lah, okay, I'm actually going to start off okay with workplace communication, and then I'm going to cover a bit on meeting, okay, and then maybe if I do have the time I can talk a bit about the last assessment, okay, which is on meetings if I do have a bit of time. Okay, there is a task waiting for you, okay, on author, okay, based on today's topic, okay, which is workplace communication. All right. Okay. So last week you already had your test. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So hopefully you guys had enough time to actually answer all the question. I already take a look. I already take a look at the submissions. Okay. I haven't marked them yet. Okay. But yeah, looking at it, I think everyone did pretty okay. Some of you, I think you didn't manage to actually submit, but you personally contact me, so we get it sorted out. So thank you very much for that. So now we are only left with one more assessment, and that will be meeting. If you have already if you did pay attention to my briefing the other day or at the beginning of the semester, so the last assessment on meetings, okay, it will be the only group assessment. Okay, it is going to be a group assessment whereby you will have to conduct your meetings in groups. However, okay, you guys are going to be assessed as an individual. Okay, as an individual. So I would tell you more about the guidelines a bit later. Okay, once I already covered the topics on workplace communication and a bit on meetings. Okay, right. So everyone ready? Ready or not? Here I come. Okay, ready or not for our lesson? Yes.
Miss.
Yes. Yes.
Go.
Yes. Okay, good. Okay, because for this lesson, I will pose to you a series of questions. I will give you time to find out the answers, and then we're going to do a discussion, okay? So hopefully you guys can contribute to the discussion, yeah? Okay, hold on, I'll share my screen. Okay. Right, can you see my PowerPoint here?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
All right, good. So this is the last topic for the semester for EOP, okay, workplace communication. Right, so if you look into the syllabus of EOP itself, okay, it is in stages, right? So you start off with trying to find, placement for a job, okay, you send out resumes and then, job application documents, and then the next stage would be job interview. Okay, and now we are going on to the next step, which is how do you behave, okay, or everything that you need to know about workplace communication, okay? Right, so I have 4 different questions for you, okay? I will give you guys 5 minutes, okay, 5 minutes for you guys to find out the answer to these following questions, okay? And then after 5 minutes, then we are going to conduct a discussion, okay? So please beware because I'm going to call out your name, okay, for me to get the answers, yeah? So I can call anyone, okay, of those of you who are present today, okay, for you to give me the answer to these following questions, okay? So number 1, what is defined as communication? Okay, in order for you to know what is workplace communication, I guess it is better for you to know what is the meaning of communication itself. Okay. And then number two, what is defined as workplace communication. Okay. And then how are they similar or different? Okay. And number four, I want you to provide me with examples of communicating in the workplace. Okay. So 5 minutes. Okay. What time is it now? Now it's already 2:29. Okay. So in 5 minutes time, okay, I will get the answers from you. Okay. Right, I will call you guys at random. Okay, so just get ready for the answer, yeah. Okay, so 5 minutes starting from now. Okay, so you can Google the answer, okay, or you can figure out the answers yourself. Okay, you all understood the questions, right?
Yes, Miss.
Okay,
Yes, Miss.
all right. Okay, everyone, time's up. Sorry, 5 minutes. Okay, so we are going to discuss the answers. Okay, let's go back here. All right, I'm going to call someone from the class for you guys to give me your answer. Okay, so question number 1. What is defined as communication? So can I please get the answer from, let me see. Let's have Amira lah. Okay, Amira?
Yes, Miss.
Yes. What was the answer for number 1? What is
Com-
communication?
Communication, the process of understanding and sharing, or sending and receiving message through verbal, including speech or oral communication.
Okay, can you repeat the process of?
The process of understanding and sharing, or sending and receiving a message
Of sending and
through
receiving
verbal
message.
or non-verbal, including speech or oral communication.
Sending message, verbal or non-verbal?
Through verbal or non-verbal, including speech or oral communication.
Including speech or oral communication. Okay, right.
Yes.
Okay, so thank you very much. We have another one. I'll call another person. Okay, let's have Muhammad Husaini. Muhammad Husaini, are you there?
Yes, Miss.
Yes. Can you give me the answer to number 1, please?
Alright. Communication is imparting or exchanging information. For example, like speaking, writing, or maybe using some other medium to exchange information.
Okay, exchanging information, which include writing or speaking.
And some other medium.
And some other?
Medium.
Some other medium. Okay. That's it.
And yes. And then maybe another example is sending or receiving information, such as maybe using phone line or computer network.
Okay, using phone line and computer network.
Yes.
Okay. Computer network. Okay, right. Okay, thank you very much, Saini.
Right.
Okay. Right. So what is defined as communication? Or I would say that from the answer that you both gave, okay, can you find what is the common parts in their answer? Something that is similar in between both Amira and Husaini's answer? What is it that is similar in between their answers?
Sending and receiving the information.
Okay, sending and receiving information. Okay, so both of them got that correct. Okay, yes. Anything else? Or anyone got a totally different answer for number 1? Okay, how about the rest? If you got a different definition and you want to, check with me to see whether or not you are correct. Okay, but yeah, looking into both Amira's and Husaini's answer. Okay, yes. Okay, in essence, okay, communication, as we know, okay, is a process. It is a process of what? Okay, sharing or sending out information. Okay, we're going to look at it closer. Okay, after this. Okay, one by one. Let's move on to number 2. Okay, just now I already asked about what is communication in general. So now we're going to make it a bit more specific. Okay, number 2, what is defined as workplace communication? Okay, workplace communication. So I want to hear from, okay, Leong Pei Ling.
Workplace communication normally will involve the communication between employees, and the employees will exchange the information and idea between them.
Exchange information and ideas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it normally will involve the content that they will discuss is about the business one.
Okay, so only about business. That's why it's workplace communication, is it?
Yeah, so they communicate to with one goal, which is to improve their organization business.
Okay, so the purpose is to improve the organization.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Let's hear from another student. Okay, let's have Nurul. We have several Nurul here. Nurul Fatin.
Yes, Miss.
Yes. So what's your answer for number 2?
I think the communication, workplace communication is about employee exchange their information and ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the communication in workplace more to serious, different than we talk with friend.
Mm-hmm.
That's my answer.
Okay, so it is more serious. Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. All right, so yes, just now Pei-Ling and Fatin, Nurul Fatin already give their answers. So again, what is something that is similar with these two answers, with your friend's answer here? Anything that you can find that is similar in the answers? What was the one word that both of them mentioned just now?
Employee.
Yes, correct. Employees. Okay, employees. So yes, when we talk about workplace communication, okay, of course it involves employees. Okay, but is it only between employees? Does the communication only happen between employees, or can it be between employees and employers? Or maybe employees and clients? What do you think? What do you think, boys and girls? Workplace communication, is it only between employees? Or can happen between employees and employers? Or maybe employees and clients?
Happen within an organization.
It happened between within an organization. So that would include employees and employers.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, all right. So yes, we shall see. Okay, thank you. Right, moving on. Number 3, how are they similar or different? Okay, so how are they similar or different? Referring to question number 2. Okay, if there is any difference in between or any similarities in between, communication and workplace communication. Okay, so number 3, I would like the answer from Muhammad Izwan.
So they are similar. They are similar, which is sharing the information and ideas between the another person or in group.
So that would be the similarity. Sharing, having to share information and ideas. Okay, that's it.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Right, next I would like to get the answer from Susanti. Susanti, are you there? Susanti? Susanti, are you there? No. Okay, I'll call another person. Okay, well, I would like to have Chen Hui San. Chen Hui San? Are you there? Aku dah keluar ke? Am I already out? Am I out of the meeting?
Yes, Miss.
Is that you, Hui San? Right, do you have the answer for number 3? Oh, yeah, okay. I thought I'm not part of the meeting anymore. Yes, Wisan, do you have the answer for me? Yes or no? It's okay it's okay if you don't have it, you can say no. I can call another person. Wisan, are you there? Okay, maybe a connection. Okay, can I have Nur Farisa?
Yes, Miss.
Yes. Do you have the answer for number 3?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. If there's anyone who would like to volunteer, anyone else who have the answer for number 3? Yes, no? Yes, no?
No.
No.
Miss.
No, okay.
No.
All right. It's okay. We'll move on to next question. Okay, which I think maybe you guys have the answer for me. Okay, number 4, give examples of communicating in the workplace. Okay, can we have Sabrina?
The example maybe can like the discussion about to improve the sales of the company.
So discussion, yeah. That's it, discussion?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. Let's have Faiz. Faiz, are you there?
Yes, Miss.
Can you give me examples of communicating in the workplace?
Communicating in workplace, like sharing information about work, like tender or something about project of company.
Sending information.
Yes.
Any other examples?
No.
No. Okay, thank you. Right, so yeah, let's have another person. Let's have Nur Najiha. Nur Najiha, are you there? Yes. Can you give me examples of communicating in the workplace? Showing what? Showing respect? No. Okay. You mentioned something about body language just now. Okay, so maybe you can be a bit more specific. Respecting seniors. True? In what way? Through what medium? Showing body language. Yeah, make it complete. Showing body language, not showing body. That's a different case. Okay. Right. Okay. Thank you. All right. So yeah, when we talk about examples of communicating in the workplace, there are actually numerous examples. Yeah, numerous examples. Okay. The easiest one that we can think of course, will be actually part of your syllabus. Okay, in workplace communication. Okay. All right. Email is correct. Okay, what else is part of our workplace communication? Meetings. Okay, meetings. Okay, you mentioned just now already. Discussion and meeting is actually part of communicating in the workplace. Okay. All right. So thank you very much. Okay, for the so-called volunteers. Okay, not really volunteers lah. I call your name. Okay. So yeah, aka my precious victims lah. Thank you very much for your answers. Okay, so now let's go through the answers that I have in my slides. Okay. All right. So in terms, okay, before I want to go into communication at the workplace or workplace communication, okay, I think it's better for me to let you guys know or maybe expose you to the term of communication itself, because some people might actually have no idea what is communication, even though Communication is a very familiar word, right? Okay, communication, everyone knows what it is, but do you actually really know what it is? Okay, so let's go into the basic description first. Okay, in terms of communication, okay, you mentioned just now, okay, communication is a process of understanding, process of sharing, sending out messages, okay, verbal or non-verbal, okay, which is actually, yes, correct, okay. All right, so in definition, communication is the art, okay, or you can say the process of transmitting. So transmitting here, the word transmit means, okay, to transfer, okay, transfer or exchange information. It is not just information, okay, but also exchange or transmitting ideas. Not just that, but also attitudes. Okay, attitudes. For example, yes, when you mentioned just now, okay, or body language, okay, facial expression, gestures, those are attitudes. Okay, so it is from one person to another. So by essence, that is communication. Okay, you are transmitting, you're exchanging not just information, but also ideas and attitudes. Okay, from one person to another. Okay, and it should be a meaningful process, meaning that there should be content and there should be context. Okay, right, whereby, okay, there must be the process of sending the message and receiving the message for it to be meaningful. So meaningful here means there must be a purpose, there must be context, there must be content. Okay, why do you want to communicate in the first place? Okay, yes, it must always be between two or more people, whereby there should be the sender and there should be a receiver. One person will send the message, another person will receive the message. Okay, you can participate in both roles, and your roles will change alternatively and frequently in conversation. Sometimes you can be the receiver, at times you can be the sender. Okay, so it depends on the situation, it depends on the context. Okay, my question here, trick question, okay, something that probably interesting for you. Can you actually communicate, okay, with just yourself? Okay, you look at that, okay, must always be between two or more people. But can communication happen when there's only you as a person? Can you, can one person be the sender and receiver of a message? Anyone would like to?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes. But there is no interaction.
There's no interaction.
Response.
Correct. Okay. All right. So yes, communication can happen. Okay, when there is only one person. Okay, and we call it as intrapersonal communication. Okay, so just a quick, additional information there. Okay, yes, communication can happen when there's only one person. Okay, and you all do this all the time. Okay, for example, okay, daydreaming. Okay, daydreaming, berangan. Okay, which I'm sure all of you are doing it. Okay, probably some of you are actually doing it right now. I'm not sure. Okay, but yes, daydreaming, okay, is actually an example of intrapersonal communication, because you are the sender and you are the receiver. Okay, for example, okay, when you are talking to yourself, when you're practicing in front of a mirror, okay, it is still communication. Okay, but yes, as you mentioned, okay, you won't have the interaction. Okay, you will not have the interaction. Okay, now let's go into the second question. What is workplace communication? So workplace communication, okay, right, when you say your definition just now, okay, it is, okay, a process of communication or sharing information between employees. Okay, yes, which is correct, okay, within employees. Okay, but also, okay, it can happen when you also have, okay, for example, the management, okay, or your superiors in the same organization. Yes, okay, communication can still happen between employees and employers. Okay, but in essence, it is sharing of information between individuals or groups. Okay, between individual or groups, meaning that it can be between departments, for example, or between panels, or between, between different departments, or maybe between different, small departments. Okay, whereby you do this in order for you to reach a common understanding in order to accomplish organizational goals and objective, right? So yes, you mentioned just now, I forgot who, Pei Ling, was it? Okay. To improve the organization, which is yes, correct. Okay. The reason why you communicate is because you want to reach an understanding so that as an organization, you manage to accomplish your goals and your objective as an organization or as a company. Okay. All right. So that is what we mean by workplace communication. Okay. So now, number 3, how are they similar or different? Okay, this one, some of you couldn't find the answer to it, but never mind. Okay, so yes, they are similar, but at the same time, they are different. Okay, it's not similar to any communication because, okay, they have their own specific category due to the fact of the setting. Okay, the setting. Okay, you are in an organization. Okay, you are at your workplace, so you need to behave differently than how you would have behaved outside of your work or outside of your organization, right? Okay, so inside an organization, inside a company, inside your workplace, okay, all right, time is money and time has a cost, okay, which I'm sure you all heard of this, right? Okay, time is money, time is of the essence, okay, all right, so even 1 minute, okay, would mean, okay, a difference between, you know, not getting any profit or like 1 million profit. Okay, so yes, time is money and every single moment has a cost. Okay, number 1. Okay, number 2, okay, time is limited, okay, with project and work hours. Okay, so in any company or organization, okay, you will come across, okay, a list of projects that you have to work on, a list of tasks that you have to complete. Okay, and you are given just maybe, you know, a limited time for you to work on. Okay, so you have to really pay attention, you have to be serious at the same time, and you really have to communicate well with your colleagues or maybe with your partners or maybe with your employees or maybe with your superiors. Okay, you have to communicate with them as efficiently as possible because you are in the, you know, you are facing this limitation of time. Okay, all right. So number 3, okay, workplace communication is a bit different because, okay, as I mentioned in the setting, whereby, you know, business people, your colleagues, okay, your superiors, they are not your family or your friends. Okay, right? Even though, okay, in some situation, of course, okay, you have a business, you know, you have a family business, for example. Yet at the same time, okay, in an organization, you can't treat them like your family, even though by right, okay, they are actually biologically your family. But in the situation of a workplace, you have to treat them as your colleagues or your maybe your subordinates, okay, or your boss. Okay. All right. So yes, number 4, workplace is not a game or joke, but serious. Okay. Any simple thing that are, for example, miscommunicated can cause a lot. Okay. There are certain situation whereby even a simple misspelling of a word can get you fired. Okay. So yeah, tiny things like that. Okay. You really have to watch out. Okay. Because sometimes such silly mistakes can cost you your job. Okay, so you have to take everything seriously, okay, right at the workplace. Okay, if you care about your job lah, okay, if you care about your job, okay, which I'm sure you all are, okay. And number 5, it is a half diplomatic environment, okay, whereby, okay, you have to be diplomatic, okay, meaning that, okay, how should you best communicate with your superiors? Can you treat your superiors like a friend? Okay, or maybe how can you actually best communicate with your subordinates? Okay, should they treat you like a friend, for example? Okay, right. So in a way, they are similar in essence or in basic principle, but when you really look into it, they are different. Okay, they are different. Okay, so examples of workplace communication. Okay, among them will be negotiating. Okay, part of discussion will be negotiating. Okay, arguing, of course, is an example of workplace communication. You will come across probably, your colleagues who probably have a tendency to argue with you or maybe to disagree with you. Okay, all right. Arguing here, not like physically arguing, but maybe, you know, having a bit of a debate there and then. Okay, at some point of your time in the organization. Okay, requesting, demanding, compromising, and of course, meetings. Okay. All right. So in the workplace, okay, I'm just going to cover this quickly lah. Okay. We have the internal and external methods of communication. So internal communication, okay, are communication that happens inside the organization. Okay, for example, okay, you have your own intranet or internal network. Okay, all right. You have emails as well. Okay, meetings, training, newsletters, phone calls. Okay, these are some of the examples of internal communication within your organization. Okay. External communication is whereby, okay, you would share informations about your companies, okay, or about your organization outside of the organization. Okay. For example, if you have an advertisement, news releases, conferences, speaking engagement, okay, those are all external communication. Okay. And then, okay, in between you have your website whereby it can cater to both your organization and people outside your organization. Okay, social media accounts, flyers, events, or photography. Okay. All right. So understood so far? Any questions? Yes. Any questions so far?
No.
No. Everyone got it? Okay, so communication and workplace communication, you can tell the difference, right? Yes, can you tell the difference? Yes or no, class? Yes. Okay, yes, you can tell the difference. Okay, all right. So yeah, hopefully you guys can tell the difference. Okay, as I mentioned, okay, in basic principle, it is the same, but when you really look into it, okay, workplace communication, is in its own category. Yeah, is in its own category. Okay, so sorry. Okay, what will be the examples of communication to be used by you at your specific workplace? Okay, at your specific workplace. Let's say, for example, yes, okay, because I'm actually teaching students from different faculties. Okay, all right. So I have students from FK. Okay, I have students from FKEE. Okay, I have students from FPTP. Okay, okay, is there any specific examples of communication to be used by you? Okay, let's say, for example, or maybe during your internship that you notice, okay, something that is unique or specific to your workplace. Anyone would like to share? Okay, I'm sure you know, for some of you, you already gone through your internship, or maybe you have previous working experience. Okay, because I have students from different faculties. Okay, I have FPTP, FKEE, FK, who else? Okay, FPTV. Okay, let me see. Okay, yeah, FPTP. I have quite a number of FPTP students. Yeah. Okay, so is there any examples of communication at your specific workplace that you think, okay, are unique that you would like to share? Anyone? Anyone? No one? All of your workplace very boring one? Nothing interesting happen at your workplace? At the place where you intern? No one would like to share? Do I need to call names again? Yes. No one want to share? Do you guys understand my question? Okay, you want me to call? I call. Akmal, are you there? Akmal?
Yes, Miss.
Yes. So yeah, would you care to share if there's anything interesting or unique about, with your previous working experience lah? Okay, or maybe something that you expect will happen in the future if you're working. So Akmal?
Yes, Miss.
Hmm.
I think in our company, employee is giving a presentation,
Doing presentations, okay? Doing
probably
presentation.
proposing to the client so that they can achieve the target sale.
To achieve target sales. Okay, so
Yeah.
you have to present in front of clients, is it?
Yes,
In front of the clients or in front of your boss?
in front of your client.
In front of the client. So what kind of presentation? Proposal presentation.
Yes, Miss.
Okay. Interesting. All right. So far you have had the experience of doing that. Ahmad?
So far, no,
So
Miss.
far no, but you expect that it is something that you will do.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you. Okay, how about got my head. Shahira? Shahira, you there? Shahira, are you there? Shahira, not here. Sorry. Okay, how about Nur Faradila?
Yes, Miss.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Miss. I missed your question just now.
You are seeing the question right now?
No, I missed your question.
Yes, I'm presenting it to you right now. What will be the examples of communication to be used by you at your specific workplace?
Um,
Okay, you are an FCAP. You're from FCAP, right?
yeah.
So yeah, okay. Maybe you can base it on your internship experience. Okay. So is there something, okay, in the workplace or in the organization that you think are unique in terms of how they communicate?
I'm not sure, Miss.
You're not sure. You haven't had your internship?
I do. I did.
So based on your internship, what do you observe? How do the people in the company, how do they communicate?
They sometimes held meeting, and on site they just talk, communicate casually, talking about the problems inside. That's all.
Okay, so discussion, okay, on-site communication. So on-site here, they have to communicate with themselves or they actually have to communicate with the workers, the staff?
Yeah, with the workers, with the
workers. Yeah, with the contractors. Okay, so yeah, which is interesting. So these contractors and staff, okay, they are not locals, right?
They are not.
So how do they communicate? Okay, what kind of language they actually have to use? Because
Usually the boss of the subcontractors, they are local, just the workers are not local. So the engineers just talk or just communicate with the lead of the contractors.
Okay, yeah, which is actually interesting because I got the answer from one of my students. Okay, and he said that, okay, for us to communicate it's not that easy, especially with foreign contractors. Okay, because they say that when I speak Malay they can understand me, I speak English, they also can understand me, miss. Okay, so they have to figure out a way for them to communicate the message, okay, for the staff, okay, for the local staff. So yeah, they have to use very simple Malay mixed with, you know, sign language here and there, okay, just to get their message across, okay, which I think is a very unique way, okay. Yes, okay, using hand gestures, okay, is actually part of communication. Okay, so yes, thank you very much. All right, so okay, having to communicate in the workplace is very important. Okay, right, so this is just a quick reminder to all of you later on when you are going to, you know, after you graduate and you're going to enter, you know, the workplace. Okay, being part of an organization, regardless whether it is a big or small, okay, organization, you always have to remember to communicate with each other. Okay, regardless it is whether it is with your colleagues, okay, partners, okay, and of course your superiors, okay, your supervisors, okay, your management, okay, right, you must make sure that you, okay, communicate as effectively as possible, because good communication reduces conflict because there is no misunderstanding. Okay, all right, good communication increases employee engagement, whereby you are going to be more committed. Okay, whereby of course, okay, good communication results in a more productive and talented workforce, because you are now more focused. When you are more focused, you're going to be more productive. Okay, all right, so let's go quickly into this, which I think is very interesting for me to actually, you know, discuss with you. Okay, I'm sure you all have heard of this term before, toxic workplace. Okay, toxic workplace environment. So what are among the causes of toxic workplace environment that you can think of? Have you actually experienced this in your life with your previous working experience?
Yes.
Yes. So what do you think are the causes? Okay, I don't actually have to explain what a toxic workplace. Okay, we all, I know I'm not going to discuss more on that. Okay, I think you all know what toxic workplace environment are like. Okay, all right, in definition. Okay, but what are the causes do you think? What makes a toxic workplace environment? Anyone? Or maybe anyone would like to share their experience being in a toxic workplace environment? You know, if you care to share. No one actually have any experience. Anyone want to make a guess?
Bad attitude.
Bad attitude of who?
Yeah. Employees and employers, both.
Employees and employers, okay, bad attitudes, right? Any other reason?
Miscommunication.
Miscommunication, okay.
Spreading the negative emotion.
Spreading negative emotion. Wow, this is quite heavy there. Okay, negative emotions. What kind of negative emotion we don't know, huh? Okay, but spreading negative emotions, okay, three very heavy words, but yeah, it can be one of the causes. Yeah, anything else?
Intolerant employers.
Pardon?
Intolerant employers.
Intolerant, okay, you cannot tolerate with this person. You actually have personal experience?
No.
No. Okay, thank God. All right, so yeah, hopefully none of us will actually face, you know, a situation whereby we ended up being in a toxic workplace environment. Okay, and if you got out, okay, then you're lucky, but sometimes you have no choice but to remain there, you know, for the sake of surviving, for the sake of survival, okay, for the sake of probably you might think that, okay, if I quit, then there might not be another chance for me. So yeah, Okay, so yeah, for some of you got out, probably good on you, but some of you maybe have no choice but to actually stay. Okay, and you have to make make positive of whatever come out of it. Okay, but of course there are ways for you to actually solve these matters. Okay, so these are among the signs of toxic workplace environment. Okay, number one, bad communication or miscommunication. Okay, number two, cliques and gossipy behavior, which is so common anywhere. Okay, government agencies, private agencies, everywhere there will be cliques, there will be gossipy behavior. This is part of human nature. Okay, as humans, okay, it is in our nature to gossip. Okay, it is in our nature to gossip. We love to gossip. Okay, all right. Okay, number three, bad leadership. Okay, bad leadership. Okay, can mean a very toxic workplace environment. Okay, unmotivated co-workers as well. Okay, number five, no work-life balance. Okay, number six, possible burnout. Okay, so if you have or if you tick all of the boxes, okay, of the six, okay, it means that try your best to figure a way to actually decide for yourself, okay, whether or not it is a good choice for you to quit, okay, or resign, okay, or maybe try your best to face the situation or maybe to solve the situation. Okay, right. Okay, so how can you fix the problems mentioned to create a healthier workplace environment? Okay, I'm going to just just go through this just a quick while. Okay, so let's say, for example, bad communication, okay, in between you and your colleagues, okay, or maybe you and superiors. Okay, number one, of course, try your best to build an effective listening skills. Very important for each one of you to actually listen well. Okay, address the issues immediately and openly. Okay, and use neutral and open body language. Okay, so yes, body language is part of communication. Okay, right, cliques and gossipy behavior, right? So just make sure to treat everyone equally, make connection, lead by examples. Okay, all right, whenever you have an unmotivated co-workers, it can be a problem, especially if you are partnered together and you actually have to complete certain tasks together. Okay, and you get someone who is unmotivated, they're not motivated to work. Okay, so there are things that you guys can do. For example, get to know your co-workers, communicate as often as possible, encourage feedback, okay, so that they are more motivated. Okay, enhance the workplace, okay, or workspace. Okay, you create a very positive environment and set a good examples to others. Okay, all right, so no work-life balance, okay, which happens, okay, especially in this day and age, okay, whereby people are very occupied with a lot of things, okay, and you don't actually have that work-life balance. Okay, so number one, set your work hours, stick by them. Okay, take breaks when necessary. Okay, maybe if you feel like you're too stressed out from work, take breaks if you can. Okay, this is very important. Yeah, this is coming from my own personal experience. Do not bring your work home. Okay, settle all of your work at your workplace. Okay, do not bring your work home if you want to achieve balance in between your work and your personal life. Okay, unplug from work after you reach home. Okay, and of course plot time for your family. Okay, plot time for your family. Okay, possible burnout. Okay, this happen especially if you have been in a company or or an organization for a long time. Okay, burnout is possible. Okay, burnout is possible whereby you don't even feel like actually going to work. You feel like I've had enough. Okay, but there are certain ways for you to avoid. Okay, for example, you work with a purpose. Okay, again, okay, exercise regularly. Okay, try your best to actually have a light exercise. Even in the office, you can still exercise regularly. Okay, even when sitting in front of your computer, you can still exercise. Okay, there are certain movements that you can do to actually make sure that you are physically fit. Okay, all right, learn to manage stress, okay, and of course, be organized, okay? All right, so these are actually just the surface level of workplace communication. Okay, so any questions that you have? Any questions regarding our topic, the one that I covered just now?
No.
No,
Miss.
No, okay, so you are clear, okay? So is there a difference between communication and workplace communication?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So in essence, okay, there is no difference, but when you really look into it, workplace communication is in its own category, yeah, is in its own category, okay. All right. So yeah, what I've shared with you guys are just reminders, okay, just in case, you know, whenever you are in the workforce, okay, you're in your own workplace, okay, yeah, okay, because those are things that happen that, you know, I myself experienced, okay, burnt out, okay, stress from work, okay, back to back work, okay. Even now this semester I'm actually quite stressed. Why? Because number one, there's no mid-sem break. Okay, so I have to finish a lot of things at one time. Okay, not having a mid-semester break really affect not just students but also lecturers. Okay, yeah, so this semester I'm a bit stressed out because I'm occupied with a lot of things, so I really need to like be more organized. Okay, burnout, of course, for me being here for more than 10 years, I experience burnout from time to time. So another very good thing I can remind you, okay, find a support group. Okay, it can be from, you know, your own colleagues. Okay, for me, I'm lucky enough to actually have very supportive colleagues who I considered, okay, outside of work, I consider them like my own family. Okay, I'm very close to some of them. Okay, they are my best friends. Okay, outside of work, they are my best friends. We traveled together, you know, we exercise together, we go for jogs together. Outside of work, we watch movies together. So yeah, okay, find, okay, a supporting group of people. Okay, find a supportive group of people. Okay, that's what I can say. Okay, all right, because you know you will be experiencing this, okay, in the future. Okay, in the future, and you have to face it alone. You don't have your classmates with you. You don't have your best friends from your university. Okay. After you graduate, believe me, you will not be able to catch up as frequently as you want to. Okay. You might be best friends during university. You do everything together, but after you graduate, you guys go back to your hometown. Okay. Maybe you might be working, you know, at separate locations. Okay. So it's very difficult for you to catch up. Okay. So you have only yourself to depend on. Okay. All right. So, okay, we are done with the first part. Okay. Can we actually go to the next topic, which is on meetings? Okay. All right. So after I covered meetings, okay, we are done. Okay. And then you will not have any class, okay, for the next 2 weeks. So next week 12 and week 13. Okay. Week 12 and week 13. So the next time I will see you will be the last week, which is week 14, which will be for your meeting assessment. Okay? Will that be okay? So we finish everything together today, and then we will not have class on 12 and 13. You just have to do task, okay, on week 12 and 13. The next time I will see you will be in week 14. Okay? Will that be okay?
Okay, Miss.
Okay.
You still have the energy? You still have the energy? Yes. Okay. But I feel maybe we can take a 5 minute. Maybe we can take a 5 minute break. Yeah. Okay. Before we move on to the next topic, which is on meetings. Okay. So we'll take a 5 minute break. Okay. I'll see you in 5 minutes, and then we'll continue with the last topic, which is meetings. Okay. So let's take a 5 minute break. Okay. I'll see you later. Yeah. Okay, everyone. Okay, ready to continue? Yes, are you ready to continue? I'm going to go into the last topic.
Yes, miss.
Okay, which is on meetings. Okay. All right, so can you see my, I'm using Prezi here. I'm not using PowerPoint. Okay, can you see my meetings and discussion here?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. Yes, miss. All right, good. Okay, let's go into it. Okay, so I'm going to be focusing mainly on meetings, yeah, mainly on meetings. Okay, what is it? Okay. Okay, so first of all, let's watch this video. Okay, I want you to detect or identify, okay, what went wrong here. Okay, what went wrong in this particular meeting, yeah? Okay, the title is Meeting from Hell, huh?
Yeah, I was sitting here waiting.
I don't even know what time it is. Oh, guys, I'm sorry I'm late. Thank you. Traffic. Can you believe it? How ironic. You know, that's what we're here to talk about, and I got caught in it.
Oh my gosh. So sorry. Dana, you have a freaking problem.
You're always late. So what are we gonna do to fix traffic? Guys, I need recommendations.
I think the solution is definitely public transportation. You know, we need
You're
to.
gonna go on about public transit. If we're gonna talk about that, I should just leave.
I'm not, don't fight rude. I'm just saying, I think that we need to put more money into public transportation.
Why are you gonna put more money into a system that's not even broken? You know, R&D is about research and development.
I'm not
using new
saying-
technologies like scooters or
We can use new technology in public transportation. That's
public
what we need to do.
money into a system that doesn't
It's
work.
not
It's proven that
our
it doesn't
fault
work.
that it's not working. It's not working
It's
because
management.
we're not funded
Why we get
properly.
more money and money already lost?
Fight. I don't like this. Isn't productive when you fight.
I'll be in my office if you want to talk about this.
Oh, so he just gets to go?
Does this resemble some of your dysfunctional meetings? Do you sometimes feel like you're drowning in chaos? Dysfunctional meetings are all too common.
Okay.
Tips for making your next THOR meeting.
All right. So yes, can you detect what went wrong there? What were among the things that what went wrong in the video? Can you identify? Was it an effective meeting?
No.
Yeah. So what are among the things that went wrong? There are several here. Okay, all right. Answering phone calls during meeting. Yes, correct. What else?
Two more people speaking in the same time.
Okay. Do you mean the argument?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Two or more people speaking at the same time. Okay. You can see the scene whereby two of the staff were, debating, not really debating, more to arguing. Okay. Yes. Anything else? Where is the chairperson here in the meeting? Who's the chairperson here in the meeting? Is there a chairperson? Someone who lead the meeting? Yes, no. Is there a chairperson? Yes or no?
Yes.
Where is the chairperson?
The lady sit in the middle.
The lady who sits in the middle, correct. Okay. Did the chairperson did a good job?
No.
No. So in what ways?
She didn't stop the argument and didn't provide a topic.
Okay, yes, she didn't stop the argument. All right. Did she manage to control the meeting? No. Okay, she lost control of the meeting. Okay. Right. So what else? What is another thing that you can detect that is a bit wrong here, even before the meeting starts?
Coming late.
Yes? Yes? I heard something just now.
Attend the meeting late.
Okay, so yes, okay. Someone arrived at the meeting late. Even the chairperson was late, right? Okay, even the chairperson was late. Okay, right? So yes, taking or answering phone calls, arguing, okay. The chairperson failed to control the argument or maybe stop the argument altogether, failed to control the meeting, okay. Yeah, actually this kind of meeting is actually quite common. It does happen, okay, whereby, you know, there will be instances whereby during the meeting there will be people who are answering calls, okay, there will be people who are going to be late attending a meeting, okay, there are going to be people who are going to argue or debate, okay. So it is not actually a good example to set. So it is best if you can try to actually avoid from doing any of these things, okay. Right, and especially if you are the chairperson, okay, you should act like a chairperson whereby you should be able to control the flow of the meeting, which we are going to look more into, yeah? Okay, right, so let's go into the definition of meetings very quickly. So meetings, okay, normally when we talk about meeting, it is in the formal setting, but sometimes, okay, meetings can also be informal, but for the context of this class, okay, we're going to take it as a formal, okay, process, okay, a formal process, okay, whereby it is a deliberative, okay, deliberative here means, okay, it is purposely, okay, you assemble, okay, with a purpose, yeah, with a purpose, okay, assembly of individual called to debate certain issues and problems and to take decisions, okay, so you need to be able to have a purpose for meetings. If you do not have a purpose, if you do not have an agenda, there is no need for you to meet because you will be wasting other people's times, okay? All right, so it is held at a definite time, definite place, and usually for a definite duration. And follow an agreed upon agenda. So agenda here will be the list of things to be discussed during the meeting. Okay, so whenever you have meetings, before you meet, okay, there must be some sort of a notification saying that, oh, we have a meeting, okay, at this time, this place or venue, okay, what time, okay, and what will be the agenda, okay. And of course, in this day and age, okay, with the COVID and everything, okay, normally people are meeting online, okay, through Google Meet, okay, or maybe through Zoom, okay. So yeah, there are different ways for you to actually conduct your meetings. Okay, so normally a meeting is headed by a chairperson, okay, headed by a chairperson, okay, and its deliberation are recorded in a written form called minutes. Okay, so when you are attending a formal meeting, okay, normally the chairperson, okay, would be someone who would lead the meeting. It all depends on the meeting, okay, and any decisions that were made, okay, in the meeting are recorded. Okay, and it is going to be produced in a document called minutes, okay, called minutes. Okay, even in Malay, minutes is translated into minute as well, minute mesyuarat. Okay, in English, minutes of meeting, in Malay, minute mesyuarat. Okay, so it's the same. Okay, all right, so meetings must have a minimum number of members. Okay, we call this as quorum. Okay, to present to make the meeting legally operative. Okay, not to make the legally, okay, there's a mistake there. Okay, to make the meeting legally operative. Okay, let's say for example, you have a department meeting. Okay, and you want to conduct a meeting. Okay, you have a total of, let's say, for example, 12 members. Okay, and during the meeting, less than half of that 12 can attend, right? You didn't meet the quorum, so you can't actually hold the meeting. You have to postpone the meeting because you didn't meet the quorum. Okay, all right, and then whatever decisions you make, okay, in the meeting, it is not called as decision, it is called as resolution. Okay, and sometimes, okay, it will take a number of votes, okay, whereby you will take number of votes, okay, you will decide, okay, based on the number of votes, who agree, who disagree. Okay, all right, so that's why you meet in the first place. Okay, right, so I'm not going to show this video. Okay, moving on, next, purpose of meeting. Yeah, okay, whenever you meet, number one, you have to have a very clear reason why you want to have a meeting. So this falls under the responsibility of the chairperson. Okay, of the chairperson. So don't just assume chairperson here will be the boss of the company. No. Okay, it depends on what kind of meeting do you have. Let's say, for example, if you have a department meeting, meeting jabatan, okay, mesyuarat jabatan, okay, you cannot have the boss of the company. Okay, normally it will be the head of department, ketua jabatan, who will actually chair the meeting. Okay, so it depends on the meeting itself. Okay, so the chairperson is in charge of actually figuring out topics or agenda to be discussed. Okay, all right, so why do you meet? Number one, of course, you want to sort out conflicts. Number two, probably you want to negotiate a contract or a tender, for example. Okay, to deal with the current problem within the group or within the organization. Okay, or maybe to receive a report for assessment and maybe you're doing a peer review. Okay, or maybe to supply information to those present. Okay, disseminating information. Okay, so as long as there is a purpose, then you can have a meeting. So the chairperson must make sure that there is a reason why they want to meet in the first place. Okay, all right, so these are the three most important elements in a meeting: notice, agenda, and minutes. Okay, notice, agenda, and minutes. Okay, so they are considered as documents. Yeah, okay, so notice of a meeting is a document whereby you distribute them before the meeting. Yeah, before the meeting. So normally it is distributed in the form of a memo, letter, and or email. Okay, and or email. Normally, if you work for a government agency, they will distribute both physical letter or memo and email. Okay, but for private companies, most of the time it will just be, okay, email. Okay, all right, so agenda meanwhile will be what is it that you want to discuss, what are the items to be discussed, and the order that these items will be mentioned, okay, in the meeting itself. Okay, and it should be notified in the notice. Okay, in the notice itself, you should mention, okay, what is the reason for you to meet today? For example, you want to discuss about family day. Okay, you want to discuss about the photocopy, amount of photocopy machine in your office, for example. Okay, you want to discuss about other matters. Okay, that's totally up to the chairperson to decide. Okay, all right, so the reason why you need to have agenda in the notice is so that everyone is prepared for the meeting in advance. For example, if they need to present something during the meeting, they are well prepared because it is already mentioned in the agenda in the notice. Okay. Now, minutes are actually a document, okay, of recorded information, okay, whereby the person in charge to take notes, okay, they will provide, okay, a summary of the full meeting. Okay. All right, summary here is not just a simple summary like one paragraph, no. Okay, minutes have their own formatting. Okay, minutes have their own formatting. Okay, it is used to inform attendees and non-attendees of the happenings during meeting. Okay, why minutes are important? Okay, it's because it is the black and white. Okay, meaning that whatever decision you have made previously, you have a record. Okay, some people might say, why do we need to have meeting? Minutes of meeting? We can just press, press record on our phone, just record everything. Okay, yes, you can. Okay, but Okay, how will you track everything down in an instant? Okay, a meeting can go on for like maybe more than 30 minutes. Don't tell me you're going to like, rewind and press play, okay, and then listen to the whole thing over and over again. No, okay, it doesn't work. Okay, sounds like it's working, but it's not. Okay, it will work, but it won't. Okay, so yeah, okay, minutes of meeting is very important so that any decision made, you have a record. There's a black and white. Okay. All right. So in minutes of meeting, okay, normally you have the list of those who attend, okay, and list of those who were absent. Okay. The agenda items are covered. Okay. Decisions are made that were made by the participants. Okay. Follow-up actions, due dates for completion, any other events or discussion worth documenting for future review or history. For example, if you have a department meeting, normally each year you will have more than one meeting. So it's very important, if let's say for example, if you have a second or third meeting, whatever decisions that you made in the first meeting, let's say for example you want to review again, okay, there is a record of that. Okay. Ideally, minute of meetings are disseminated or distributed to the meeting participants within 24 hours of meeting. Okay, ideally. However, okay, sometimes it will be distributed much longer or much later than 24 hours after the meeting. Okay, it all will be based on who is the secretary for the meeting. Okay. All right, so far, so good? Understood so far? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes, okay. All right, so the three documents, okay, or the three most important elements: notice, notice, agenda, and minutes. Those three are very important, okay, part of a meeting, okay. So next will be in terms of planning a meeting, okay. The reason why I want to talk about this is because later on you will be involved in your own meeting, okay, in your own meeting assessment, okay. So whoever is in charge of being the chairperson, okay, you must take note of a lot of things, okay. All right, so planning a meeting, okay, planning a meeting, very important, okay. So this will fall on the shoulders of the chairperson. Okay, number one, of course, you need to define the purpose. What is the purpose? Why do you want to meet? Where is the agenda? Okay, have you distributed the agenda or not? Okay, even in terms of choosing the appropriate meeting time whereby everyone can actually attend. Okay, set a time limit and stick to it if possible. Okay, all right, during the meeting itself, this is going to be judged later on, yeah, during your assessment. Okay, very important to greet your members. Greet your members, okay, and make them feel welcome. Okay, you can say Assalamualaikum, very good morning everyone, okay. Yes, greet them properly, okay. Start on time and on time. So of course, based on what you have noted in your notice, okay, let's say for example, meeting starts at 9 a.m. You must make sure it starts at 9 a.m. Okay, all right. You review the agenda and set priorities for the meeting. So before you officially begin, you can of course go through the agenda together with your members of meeting. Okay. For example, you can say, okay, ladies and gentlemen, okay, well, I would like to welcome you to our department meeting. Okay, let's review the agenda for today. Today, we're going to discuss several issues. Okay, number one, we're going to discuss this. Number two, this. Number three, this. Okay. Then you will go through the agenda one by one in detail in the same order that you yourself have listed. Okay, for example, agenda number one, family day. Agenda number two, okay, activities during family day. Agenda number three, okay, prizes for competition during family day. So during the meeting itself, you must discuss it in that order. Okay. All right, so yes, stick to the agenda. Okay, if let's say for example any of the members of meeting they want to discuss things outside of your agenda, yes they can, but later on it will be recorded as other matters. Okay, in Malay we call it hal-hal lain. Okay, hal-hal lain, other matters. Okay, encourage group discussion to get all points of views and ideas. encourage feedback, okay, keep conversation focused on the topic, okay, make sure that the meeting members contribute as best as they can, okay, and let's say for example if there is any argument that happens, the chairperson must be in charge. They must be able to end any discussion that is getting nowhere, becoming destructive, becoming unproductive. They must end it, okay, as swiftly as possible. Okay. All right, as the chairperson, be a role model by listening, showing interest, okay, you appreciate your meeting members, and if there's any mistakes on your part, admit your mistakes, okay. Before you end, you can summarize the decisions made or the agreements reached, okay, and make sure you end them on positive note, okay. And you can set a date, time, and place for the next meeting, whereby you can discuss with those who are attending the meeting. All right, everyone, when can we meet again? Okay. All right, after the meeting, the chairperson will actually keep keep up with the secretary, whereby the secretary must prepare the minutes within 3 or 4 days and should be distributed along that time as well. Okay, and discuss any problems, ongoing problems with the attendees. Okay, come up with ways to improve. Okay, and do any follow up with any decisions made. So that is an example of a very good or effective chairperson, meaning that even after the meeting, they would do their role. Okay. Right. So just now I talked about the chairperson and maybe the secretary. Okay. So the next part will be participation in meetings. So this will be referring to those who are attending, who are not the chairperson or the secretary. Okay. So make sure that when you are participating, contribute. Okay. Ask question. Okay. Give suggestion. Okay. Make sure that all responsibilities given are equally distributed. Okay. Try your best to participate. Do not be like this picture during the meeting. You fell asleep. You were playing with your phone. Okay. You were talking with someone else. Okay. You were distracted. So try your best to stay focused during your meetings. Yeah. Okay. So let's watch this video. Okay. This is just a fun video. Okay. Types of people that you will normally meet in a meeting, which I can say quite reflect the reality. Yeah.
Wow, banana.
Hey Kishan, so where are the stats?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, the sales report says a lot about the marketing campaign that we pushed.
Okay, so let's talk about budgeting.
If we cut the manufacturing costs.
Hey, by the way, I want to say a few words. It's Sophia's first day, so let's welcome her to the team. Welcome, Sophia. So what is your opinion on the budget?
Well,
Anybody want lunch? Let's have lunch. Coffee?
what's the sales prediction for this quarter? Go ahead, Sophia. You don't have to raise your hand.
285,000.
Okay, good. And compared to last quarter? Could you share the headcount plan with us, Kishan?
I believe the HR team was leading the plan, right, Audrey?
We are still waiting for the proposal from the IT department. Right, Eden?
Oh, we sent the proposal last week to the admin team. Sophia?
Jason was typing it yesterday. Is it finished, Jason?
I feel if we go with plan A, we will save 20% of the overall budget, and I think that's important because that's our top priority right now.
But if you look at the revenue forecast in Plan A, it's so low that the cost save is insignificant. I don't think this is a feasible plan, and I suggest we don't go with it.
Oh, sorry I'm late, folks. Sorry. Right, what's up?
We're just brainstorming for the new tagline.
Sure, carry on, please. Continue.
Okay. As we were saying.
Yes, I'll be there. Yep, sure. Guys, great job. Shreya, great job. Just continue doing whatever you have to do. Okay, great job, guys. You're doing good. You're doing good. Good job, buddy. You know what? I think we should have a launch party.
But what if no one shows up?
It's gonna be during the weekend. People will show up.
But what if it rains?
Now it's dry season.
But what if it's too hot?
We can get aircon.
That's a lot of money. Do we even have the budget?
So what do you guys prefer, Sunday or Monday?
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. Sunday was good. Definitely Sunday.
Perfect. Our team has decided on Monday.
Bro, that's my foot, bro.
If it's not too much trouble, I'd like to see the contract on Monday.
Yes, ma'am. I'll make sure that happens immediately.
What kind of accent is that? What accent? Oh, I'm the Queen of England. I'd like some scones and cookies and tea. What kind of thing is this?
Excuse me?
Whoa, I wish I had a brain like yours. It was so good. Bravo, man. Wow, you're so good, you know. Wow, I tell you, you're the best. Man. Great idea, man. If somebody give her the best employee award already, you should deserve it. Last year, this year, every year you win. Sophia, why don't you get all the buzzwords on the board?
Okay.
This is very good, guys. We have everything we need, okay? So, Sophia, did you get all that? Wow, banana.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I will reserve these exercises for our class next week. Okay, for our class task next week. All right, so yeah, we're actually done with meeting. Any questions? Any questions?
No, miss.
No. Okay, just now. Okay. Okay, 29. Okay, right. Okay, so in author, okay, I have already activated your homework for this week. Okay, so I will give you 1 week to complete. I'll give you a very simple situation. So I want to see how you would react based on the situation. So just read instructions. Okay, I give you 1 week to complete the task. Okay, so that's a very long time. Okay, so 1 week. So the next time we will meet will be during our meeting assessment, which will take place on week 14, which is the last week. Okay, which is the last week. Hold on, yeah. Yeah, last week. Okay, so for the next 2 weeks, okay, next week, week 12, week 13, which is following that, okay, we will not have a Google Meet class. Okay, we will do an asynchronous session. Okay, I will just give you a simple class task and I will brief you guys on your next assessment, which is your meeting assessment, yeah? But what I want you guys to do starting from this week will be for you to form your own groups. Okay, form your own groups. Okay, since we have 40 students, 40, right? Okay, 40 students. Okay, so by right there, maybe we can have 5 groups. Okay, we can have 5 groups with 8 people. Okay, 5 groups with 8 people each group, in each group. Okay, right? So you can start to find your groups. Okay, maybe some of you might have problem with mixing with another person. Okay, let's make it maybe equally divided 8. Okay, but probably some of you might want to switch here and there. I don't know lah. Okay, so maybe I can make it in between 7 to 8 or maybe 6 to 8. Can we make it 6 to 8 per group? Okay, we'll see how much we get. I'll try to minimize the number of groups because because you are going to have a meeting. So we might actually need more members. So ideally 8, but maybe if you want, maybe between 6 to 8 members per group. Okay, so start to find your groups. Okay, maybe by next week I will ask for an update. Okay, I will ask you to fill in a Google form, or maybe I ask you to fill in a Google Excel. Okay, Google Sheets. Okay, I will ask you to fill in the groups. Okay, and then I will give you guys more information regarding your last assessment, which is your meeting assessment. So meeting assessment will take place on week 14. So next week and the week after, we will not have a class. I will only give you a class task, okay, for you to complete, yeah. Okay, attendance is still taken. So the way the attendance is taken, complete the task that I give, attendance is taken, right? Okay, so clear on that?
Yeah. Clear, Miss.
Clear?
Miss.
Any questions that you want to ask especially regarding the assignment, the assessment, the meeting assessment, anything that you're not clear with? Okay, so from this week, try to form your groups. Okay, ideally, I want 8 person per group, so there will be equally 8 people per group, so there will be 40. So 5 groups. Okay, but if you're having any trouble getting along with anyone, so maybe I can allow 6 to 8, no less than 6. No less than 6. So 6 to 8 members per group. Okay, no less than 6. Okay, so you can start to form your group starting from now. Maybe next week I will ask for an update. Yeah. Okay, so anyone who's not here at the beginning of the class, but you are here now, I'll call again. I'm in Shuhada. Let me see your name now. I'm in Shuhada's not here. Melvison also not here. Muhammad Shafiq, no. Nur Fikri, no. Nur Akidah, no. Putri Balkis?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. Shafinas? No. Okay. All right. So if you have further question that you need to clarify with, of course, you can always ask in our group. Okay. Otherwise, then maybe I can end the class today. All right. So I'll see you guys on Google Meet in 2 weeks' time for your meeting evaluation or for your meeting assessment. Okay. So for the next 2 weeks, we will have class tasks that you need to complete, yeah, within the time frame that I give. Okay. So for this week, okay, go to author, complete your class task, your homework for today. Yeah. Okay. So thank you very much, everyone. Have a good day ahead. Have a good week ahead. Take care of yourself. Take care of your safety. Okay. If in any case, let's say for example, for the next 2 weeks or maybe for the next 3 weeks, you are unable to come to class, please inform me, so I am aware of your current situation. Okay, especially those who are not who are away from campus. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone. I'll see you. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Welcome.